Welcome back, folks. Today we're talking about an issue that's been making waves in Thailand's tourism industry, the debate over whether to charge tourists more than Thais for access to the country's national parks and other national tourist attractions. On the one hand, there are arguments for charging everyone the same, regardless of nationality. But on the other hand, there are those who believe that tourists should be paying more, given the significant strain that over-tourism can place on these important natural areas. So, what's the right approach? In today's show, we'll be exploring the different perspectives of this issue and diving into the reasons why charging tourists more may be a justifiable solution. So grab a cuppa, sit back, and let's get into it. So for today's show, I'll be playing devil's advocate a little here and giving the reasons why I believe it's justifiable. And in next week's show, we will discuss the top reasons why it's not. But regardless of where you stand on this controversial issue, I'd love to know your opinion on it down below in the comment section as always. Now, the first reason I came up with when I was putting this together was different financial situations. It's crucial to acknowledge that tours often originate from countries with higher average incomes than Thailand. While Thailand's gross national income per capita was about $6,920 in 2019, many visitors to Thailand hail from countries with significantly higher incomes such as the United States, Japan, and Western Europe, as per the World Bank. This income disparity implies that tourists possess more purchasing power than the average Thai citizen. Consequently, they may be willing to pay higher prices for experiences and attractions that are relatively inexpensive for them, but may be considered costly by Thai standards. Moreover, tourists typically have limited time to explore a destination and are keen to pay for unique and unforgettable experiences. Thailand's national parks offer a one-of-a-kind experience that numerous tourists may be willing to pay extra for. Therefore, charging tourists more to access Thailand's national parks can create additional revenue that can be used to maintain and enhance these parks. This is especially significant considering the multiple challenges faced by Thailand's national park, such as insufficient funding and over-tourism. Additionally, this supplementary income can assist local communities near the national parks, which can indirectly benefit Thai citizens as well. For instance, the generated revenue can fund community development initiatives, support local businesses, and create employment opportunities for Thai citizens. In summary, charging tourists more to access Thailand's national parks based on their financial disparity can promote the park's sustainability and provide economic benefit for local communities. Now, the second reason I came up with, and one that I thought was an interesting one, was the cost of infrastructure. Well. Expanding on the cost of infrastructure in national parks, it's worth noting that ensuring the safety and enjoyment of visitors requires significant investment in facilities such as visitor centres, restrooms, trails, and of course, park rangers and other staff to oversee park operations. Now, these costs are often subsidised by the Thai government, but they can still be quite substantial. And as the number of visitors to the park grows, the cost of infrastructure also increases, which can lead to overcrowding and wear and tear on the facilities. But here's the thing, folks. By charging tourists more for national parks in Thailand, the additional revenue generated can be used to help cover the cost of infrastructure. That means building new facilities, maintaining existing ones, and hiring additional staff to support park operations. Not only that, but this additional revenue can also help enhance the overall visitor experience. How, you ask? By developing educational programs, providing interpretive displays, and improving visitor safety measures. And let's not forget, these improvements can benefit both tourists and Thais alike, making the parks more enjoyable and accessible to all. And what's even more impressive is that by investing in infrastructure, the national parks in Thailand can become more sustainable over time by implementing environmentally friendly practices such as waste reduction and energy conservation, and by developing long-term conservation strategy that protects the park's natural resources. We can ensure that these vital natural areas are maintained and preserved for future generations. So there you have it, folks. Charging tourists more for national parks in Thailand based on the cost of infrastructure is not just about generating revenue, but also about preserving these important natural areas for future generations. Now, staying on the same theme and encouraging conservation. When we talk about encouraging conservation in national parks in Thailand, it's essential to understand that these areas are home to a wide variety of endangered flora and fauna. They also provide critical ecosystem services such as carbon sequestration, water purification, and soil stabilisation. But with the growing number of visitors to these parks, we are seeing environmental degradation, including erosion, littering, and damage to wildlife habitats. This degradation can have a long-term impact on the health and sustainability of these areas. To combat this, charging tourists more for national parks in Thailand can help promote responsible tourism practices and discourage over-tourism. This may involve limiting the number of visitors to the park, encouraging visitors to explore the park responsibly, and participate in conservation efforts. For instance, by charging tourists more, they may be encouraged to stay longer in a particular area or spend more time exploring the park in a responsible way. This may discourage them from engaging in activities that may harm the environment, such as littering or disturbing wildlife. Moreover, the additional revenue generated can be used to support conservation efforts within the parks. This can include implementing programs to protect endangered species, restoring damaged habitats, and providing environmental education programs for visitors. In summary, by charging tourists more for national parks in Thailand, based on the idea of encouraging conservation, we can ensure that these natural areas are protected and preserved for future generations. By promoting responsible tourism practices and supporting conservation efforts, we can help ensure that these important ecosystems are maintained and protected for years to come. And finally, the last part that I've come to, and the last reason, fairness. Expanding on this idea of fairness, it's essential to consider the perspective of both tourists and Thais when discussing charging more for national parks in Thailand. From a tourist point of view, paying more to visit these parks may seem unfair, particularly if they are on a tight budget or have travelled far to see these natural wonders. On the other hand, Thais may argue that it's unfair for tourists to pay the same or less than Thais, given that tourists often have higher incomes. Additionally, Thais may feel that their national heritage is at stake and that natural resources in these parks should be protected and preserved for future generations. However, charging tourists more for national parks in Thailand can help address these concerns of fairness in several ways. Firstly, it can help ensure that the cost of maintaining and protecting these parks is shared more equitably between tourists and Thais. Many of the costs associated with operating national parks are subsidised by the Thai government, which means the Thai taxpayer are effectively subsidising the visits of foreign tourists. By charging tourists more, it can offset some of these costs and ensure that the burden of maintaining and protecting these parks is shared more equally among all visitors, regardless of nationality. This can help address concerns of fairness and reduce the perception that Thai taxpayers are bearing the brunt of the costs associated with national park operations. Additionally, the revenue generated from charging tourists more can be used to support community development projects near the parks. This can create economic benefits for local communities and indirectly benefit Thais as well. These projects can include supporting local businesses, creating job opportunities, and improving infrastructure in these areas. Charging tourists more than Thais may be viewed as fair because tourists typically only visit the park once or twice, whereas Thais may visit multiple times throughout their lifetime. Therefore, charging tourists more would reflect the different usage patterns and ensure that everyone pays their fair share. Overall, while concerns about fairness may arise from charging tourists more for national parks in Thailand, it's crucial to recognise that these additional fees can help ensure that the costs associated with maintaining and protecting these natural areas are shared more equitably among all visitors. This can promote a more sustainable tourism industry that benefits all parties involved. Well, there you have it, folks. When it comes to charging tourists more than Thais for national parks in Thailand, there are several justifiable reasons to support the approach. From taking into account different financial situations, to covering the costs of maintaining infrastructure, promoting conservation efforts, and ensuring fairness for all visitors, it seems that there are valid arguments for implementing these fees. While it may not be a popular choice for some, it's important to consider the long-term sustainability of these natural areas and the impact that over-tourism can have on them. So let's keep the conversation going, and let's get down to that comment section and let me hear what you have to say about the issue. Do you agree with it, the overcharging? Do you disagree with it? Do you think everybody should be paying the price? And if so, why? I'd love to know your comments, guys, as always, down below in that comment section for today. So that's it, folks. Delighted that you've been able to tune in with us. Hope you'll catch up during the week with another show. And as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your week, and stay safe. But ultimately, with this story or anything else that stood out to you today, I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments down below. Because yes, this is a news show, but it's also a conversation. Now keep that conversation going, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, share the video, and do all the good stuff that does help that YouTube algorithm. But ultimately, my name is Kieran Mack, you've been listening to the Thai Expat Daily Show, and we will see you next time.